welcome back, everybody. We are back on Total War Rome 2, and we've got ourselves a 3 versus 3. This one was sent in by J Barbs. He is playing on the defense here as Syracuse. His allies are Armenia, being commanded by Microwavable Skills, and his final ally, Nabatea, being commanded by Pedrosaur. Now for the attackers, we have got Arverni being commanded by Tommy. We've got Carthage being commanded by Agent Panda. And finally, we have Massilia being commanded by Dawn. Now, typically, when I get in-house battles, they usually end up being pretty good. Most of the people in the Discord know that, kind of what I typically like to see in battles, so, they know what to look for when sending me stuff. So I'm excited for this one. All of the players in this are pretty darn good players, so I'm excited to see all the fun things that are going to happen.
Quick, march!
The first thing you'll notice, so this is a pretty standard Carthage attack, okay? Usually the attack is initially right down this way. There's a couple reasons for that. One, your deployment zone doesn't really allow you to go over here, so taking this route takes a long time, and it wastes a lot of your time. You can see that they guerrilla deployed some towers and such out in this direction, so that late battle they do have the option of exposing defenses by pushing this way. But I think that's not going to be something we're going to see for a little while. Now, the other direction you have to attack is this way. Now, the problem with this one is it's a straight wall, okay? So, as the attackers, you can't really get up here and get very good angles on the defenders. So, as a straight shot, that really favors the defenders, because if you look from their perspective, as things are climbing onto the wall, they could sit here and slinger or archer. They could do whatever they want on their side. They have all of the advantage at that point. So this direction typically is far more favorable, just given the fact that there are a lot more angles that you can get to as the attackers.
Double time!
Now, fun fact about Carthage, you do have the back open gate here. There's just an opening here. Guerrilla deploy units can deploy back here to go into the settlement. Now, the only guerrilla deploys units that the attackers have are archers. They've got the Gallic Hunters for Arverni and the Mercenary Gallic Hunters for Massilia. So, probably not going to see any guerrilla deploy stuff back there. That was a good Javi coming in. So they were coming in, and the attack target was on the Carly Axeman. So as the Carly Axeman ran away, they were able to catch a Javi volley right in the back. So nicely done by Carthage. We have the masses of Hillmen are going to hold the outer breach here. So the outer courtyard, whatever you want to call this, is typically defended by this tower right here. Now, the problem with this tower for the defenders is that if they just allow the attackers in and to take this tower, the zone of fire for that tower is it's pretty big. You know what I mean? I think it comes out to right here, because I think you can set up a defense right outside of the range here. But it's pretty broad range, so that really affects the way you're able to defend your second layer. So you can see the attackers or the defenders are choosing to try and defend this tower. A lot of defenders tend to just kind of give it up because it is a tough defense. The attackers have a lot of advantages in this area. Oh my God, the Javies. I'm pretty sure he just Javied a lot of it. Well, no, those all look Carthaginian, so never mind. First I was thinking that was a lot of the Carly Axemen, but if you look at the bodies, they're all Carthaginian. Just really, really good Javi. So what they're doing is they are keeping the combat by this direction, but bringing a unit over this way to Javi into the sides of the enemy. Now, the reason they do it from this direction is because it's the direction that the units carry their swords. So you want a Javi from this side. Notice that's where they've got the weapon. That means that when you throw a Javi, they can't block it. Their shield doesn't count on this side. So you are far more effective with your javelins at this point. People always ask me, how is it that people who use the same units as I do, quoting them, by the way, I use these units and I get blank amount of kills, but somebody else uses these units and they get way more. Well, a lot of times that's because whoever is getting the more kills is getting much better use out of their javelins. Typically, it means before they even get into melee combat, they already have 25, 30, 40, kills just from javelins before they even swing a sword. And that is how you kind of get that extra oomph, your extra amount of javelins. When your units die with full javelins, you're wasting, kills. Legitimately, you're just like, those are kills just sitting there that are no longer yours because the unit died with their javies still in their pockets. Yes, I did say javies out in their pockets, and I say that because their javelins come out of nowhere. It's kind of like the pikemen. Pikemen have pikes in their pockets, too. Because at one point, they have pikes. Next point, they don't have pikes. It's fun stuff. Carly Axman not having too great of a day. 64 kills, 86 men. Mercy Gallic Hunters, one of those had 134 kills. Nicely done. Thorax Swords, 89 kills. A little bit of an awkward switch. You see the Hillman came charging in. The Thorax was still in combat when they charged in, so a bit of an awkward exchange there. Kind of a mosh, but you can see the Carthaginians trying to reclaim their city. And leave it to the Carthaginians to be like, hey, yo, you're not from here, but can you go first and die for my city? Take all the javelins and ammunition, please. Damn Carthaginians, man. No, over here, they've brought some towers up, but if you didn't know, they don't probably plan on landing here. What they're doing is they're putting the towers in the way of the arrow tower, so that as their units move forward, they're not sitting there getting shot to death by the tower. The siege tower will assist in keeping that from happening. Obviously, it's not a guaranteed thing, but it does help. It does help. Tell you what, the defenders are putting up quite the defense out here. They really don't want to let it go. Bounce power, though, is pretty decently in favor of the attackers. Oh, a lot of archer fire coming in. What do you got? Standard archers from Syracuse. They got 50 kills, so they're actually doing pretty good. Now that chevron, I'm pretty sure that the Syracuse player chevroned this archer before the battle. So I don't think it's 50 kills with a bunch of value or something. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a hiccup there. Yeah, it does not look like they have any plans of attacking down this road. We do have some Noble Blood Cav from Armenia sitting up there. Wonder if we'll see them get into the action soon. Here we go, Mercenary Balearic Slingers up on the stairway, now getting in on the kills here. They got 16 kills. It's nothing too crazy yet. More Cartly Axemen moving forward. See a lot of archer fire coming in from outside the walls here. Libyan infantry, 70 or 52 kills. Yeah, pretty good. So I do see four Gallic Hunters for our Verney, and I'm pretty sure I saw 3. Yeah. Okay, so there are no guerrilla deployed troops out in the back because the armies have all of their guerrilla troops here. You can only have 4 archers, so there's the Arverni, and Massilia can only bring 3 of the mercenary Gallic Hunters, so 1, 2, 3, boom, there you go. Something to keep, watch that sometimes, guys. Counter enemies' flags. A lot of times that can really save your ass when it comes to guerrillas, or hidden units as a whole, is to count their flags and kind of take a look at what they have and try to add up in your head, at least to a point, how much the enemy actually has on the field. Because it could tell you that something might be hidden in a forest, or maybe they have guerrilla troops, things like that. Eastern archers of Armenia are kind of playing a game here with the attackers. It's like the deadliest game of peekaboo you've ever played. Now nothing's shooting them, so... What probably happened there, the attackers probably realized that he was just baiting them and stopped firing. You can see the Gallic Hunters, I believe those Gallic Hunters actually did get a volley in and actually killed a decent amount. The Eastern Archers only have 10 armor, so, they are pretty susceptible to arrows, to the pew-pews, as we call them. Because Thorax, 141 kills, though. It's actually pretty good. 141 kills, 82 men left. A lot of people really don't like Thorax swords because they're literally the baseline infantry of this game. When most of the time when you're judging the power of infantry in this game, you're typically using the Thorax as the baseline of kind of the middle of the road. There are units worse than it. There are units better than it. But for the most part, it's a pretty good workhorse in this game. It's not too shabby. A lot of times you just need to be a little bit careful and smart about how you use it. Once again, using those jabbies to the full effect is one huge use that can really change it. Royal Cataphracts of Armenia actually getting into the fight now. They broke a Levy Freeman, and I think that's about it. It doesn't look like any of the other units were engaged on it. Cartley's now charging in on the Libyan infantry. Nice about the Cartley axemen. They are axemen. They have axes. That means that they have good AP. So units like the Libyan infantry or Samnite warriors actually are going to hurt a little bit against the Cartleys. Armored Desert Hoplites are facing the wrong direction. Here's some artillery coming in. That's another thing about Carthage, especially in this area of Carthage. It's not as bad as on a 3v3, but on a 4v4, this part of Carthage is a death trap for artillery. 99 kills on Massilia, 2 on Arverni, so Arverni's got a lot of ammo. Doesn't look like they're at all interested in going this direction. Oh, I didn't realize Carthage has one. 16 kills. What we're probably going to see a lot of here is probably going to see a lot of artillery play here in the next few moments. The reason for that is that the attackers know they've done a lot of damage to the defenders' armies at this point. So what they're probably going to expect for now is possible retreats, okay? Now, the problem with the defenders retreating from this position is that the attackers' artilleries are zoned into, I'd say, probably here-ish. If any of the attackers are watching the video, let me know. Give me an idea if I was about right or if you had a little bit more maybe. So the problem with that is, as the defenders, fall back, the artilleries are going to lose their opportunities to fire and get kills. So, the attackers, have to play this really smart. They have to kind of judge, hey, can I hold on to my ammo and be really smart about it, or am I going to have to just kind of start shooting it just so I get some sort of value out of it? That's kind of the tough part. A lot of it coming in over here. Blaric's got hit. They've got 14 kills. This is probably the same one from up on top of the hill.
Pull back.
From over here.
Double time.
Now the archers of Carthage are inside the city now, so they're going to start taking pot shots into this defense. And here we go. I think this is it. I think this is where we're getting our fallback. You can see a lot of the Cartleys of Armenia falling back here. Armor Desert Hoplites are actually going to get away. Interesting. Nope, no they're not. He turned around and charged back into the Libyans because the Libyans were charging him. Okay, what they're doing, they're throwing in the weak 41-man hoplite to get the stronger 108-man hoplite out. So what they're going to do here, okay, this is something I've said in Carthage videos before. So this tower, look at the control zone. It's right in here. This is the control zone of the tower. You want to defend in front of that area. The reason for that is you want to keep this under your control so it is firing at the enemy. If you defend here, then as the attackers come in, they can neutralize this tower because they're inside of the control zone. So the neutralized tower does nothing for you. Defend in front of it. Right in here is right where you want to be. See where Armenia is? Gonna switch out by Thorax. Well, he's sitting right on the line. So the hill, it looks like they're going to maybe try and do a circular instead of trying to just do one unit on the stairway.
Orders understood. At speed.
Smart move here by the attackers. So because they know that the defenders want to defend in front of the breach, they destroy the wall as close to that control zone as they possibly can to try and expose this defensive spot. Smart move by the attackers. So what we're probably going to see here in the next few moments, or in the next few minutes, is remember what I was explaining earlier in the video about all the siege equipment. So later in the game, like now, they are going to push this direction and they're going to continue exposing the flanks of this defense here. The further they can go and open up these breaches, the more they can force the defenders backwards. Royal Cataphracts are coming in. They are very hurt. Armenia's general is dead, so we've got Massilian Cav. Massilian Cavalry coming to help zone them out. I don't think we ever... Okay, so the Noble Blood Cav are out of the settlement. Looks like he had him hidden inside of the forest over here, but they are moving around. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure exactly what he's going for. He might be going for the artillery. He could also go for Carthage's. The Massilian, 176 kills. They might be getting close to being out. Carthaginian, 125. Oh my gosh, look at Arverni, 211 kills. Okay, another volley by Massilia, 183 kills. Let's see if we can, where'd it go? Okay, they are shelling right down this path as well as they possibly can, at least. The other two don't have quite as good of an angle down this street. A lot of switching out here. Got some Libyan Peltas. a more common rule that we've been seeing in the discords. I say discords because it's, obviously there's more than one Total War Discord. We've got the Hungry Wolves Discord, we have Bearded Warman's Discord, we've got Gorm's Discord, but then there are other, like many other Total War Discords outside of the Backseat General. And one rule that we're starting to see is 4 archers but 2 javelins. Allowing, a lot of these factions that can only bring 3 of their really good archers, it allows them to kind of do something a little bit different in bringing the, like, peltis or skirmishers, things like that, and, as well as their archers. Or no, it's not. It's 3. It's not 3 and 2. It allows them to bring 4 range and 1 peltist. So they can bring, like, 3 Cretans, a Balearic, and a peltist of some sort, and I like that rule. It's a little bit different. It kind of switches things up, and I think it really does bring to light some more faction strengths for certain factions, allowing them to kind of bring forward their range superiority a little bit better, while a lot of times the current rules can cripple some factions. Here we go. They're coming more. Bringing more down this way. God, I know at least Titty Ron is going to make a joke about that, about what I just said. You know you are, Titty. You know you're watching. Or Derry. So the Noble Blood Cav did take out the Massilian. They did take out the Carthaginian. Well, no, the Massilian didn't die, but he's hurt badly. The Carthaginian one actually did survive, but he might be out of ammo because he ran into the settlement. And then the Arverni one, I don't know if he's going to make it. Massilian General is coming over to help. Noble Blood Cav is better than Massilian Cav, so Massilian might lose his general here. Let's see if we can find Couraged. Got a Massilian Thorough Spear coming in to help. Noble Blood Cav is about half strength. He has 2 chevrons from killing those 2 artilleries. Artillery! Archers! See, they are keeping control of that tower. It does add up. It just means they're getting free fire support from the tower.
Forward!
Does not look like they want to take this stair. Looks like they're putting their main focus on this street.
Be on guard!
If they continue to make less progress, they may start pushing other directions, though. Bounce power is still in the attacker's favor. I don't think the defenders are going to be able to keep holding this due to the 2 tortoises. 2 tortoises now, by the way, coming over here. They dropped 1.
Advance at speed!
Did it glitch, or did they just drop it for some reason? Taking a lot of fire by Eastern Slingers. Look at that view.
At speed! At speed!
You can see, it looks like the archers. No, Libyan Peltas, actually. They've got infantry moving over to the left. Nabatea actually holding... Usually I see people hold here or around here. Nabatea actually holding at the bottom of the hill, not the top of it. Might just be to give the Nabatean heavies a little more range, or like a little bit more room to push forward. Nabatean swords. What is this? Okay, it's a heavy archer with only 12 kills, so could be very useful. All right, there you go. So you can see because of the breach here, they do lose the tower. So they are falling back, and that tower is going to be in the attacker's control here in a moment. So I'm curious as to if the defenders really care that much, and if they're just going to, you know, sit a little bit within the range of the tower, or if they're going to fall back completely out of the range of the tower completely.
At speed!
Carthage Carthage wants to expose more, man. He's almost fully in the area of this gate and bringing towers up. So what do we got? Scutari now, 3 Scutari. We got his Libyan infantry all moving towards the gate. So once again, that means that it's going to draw units away from the front. Looks like, oh no, they still got ammo. 129 kills, 31 kills. Still nothing over here. Is that Cretans? Yeah, Cretans now shooting over here at the Nabateans, but they're probably getting low on ammo. Yeah, it looks like they're out, so I guess just waste their ammo now. The Cretans are going to keep firing. You know, your archers are out of ammo, so it's nothing, no sweat off your back. Here we go, he's juking them again. Catch me if you can type deal.
Double time! At the double! As he am!
Ah, and here comes the breach over here.
At the double!
Now they got a tower all the way over here, too. Right here by the harbor. Now, because of the breach next to the gate, they're going to have to dedicate units to holding that.
At speed! Quick march!
Are they're still shooting at this Nabatean heavy archer. Once again, I'm almost positive he's out of ammo, so this is just a ton of wasted ammunition. Armor Desert Hoplites now charged in. Stairway is still clear. They do have a Massilian Thorough Spear at the bottom of it, but so far he's just staying stationary. I think at this point they're now putting, what they're wanting now is more Carthaginian pressure here to continue to pull units from here so that they can now push there. Now, the thing is, I don't know that Carthage has quite enough here.
Advance at speed!
There's one Scutari already broken. Or it may not have been a Scutari. Yeah, now looking at, yeah, I think it was. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, it was a Scutari in that breach. Let's go and looking at the armor. Syracuse is actually sending his Samnite warriors a little bit outside of the settlement, and they're going to go engage the Libyan Peltis.
Attack their position!
They're just trying to get shit off the field.
Extempo!
Yeah, because of the Libyan infantry, they're now retreating. Samnites aren't wanting to get in a prolonged combat outside the walls. They want to get in, hit something, and then get the hell out.
Quick march!
Look at this. Carthage has stuff hidden in the forest. Half-strength Libyan infantry. Apparently his archers still have a decent amount of ammo. And Arverni is now pushing. chosen swords. You can see the mass block of armored desert. What the hell are they called? Armored desert hoplites. With a couple Nabatean swordsmen in support. This one's got 109 kills and still has ammo. I think Carthage is giving up on this thing. I don't think he's got quite what he needs to get through the defense on this side, but it does mean that they did succeed in pulling a lot of attention away from this area. Here we go. Now we got fighting at the stairs. Looks like we have a push on all sides because we've also got fighting over on the hill. Levy Freeman. I mean, it's nothing too crazy intense, but they are pushing there. Now, the problem for the attackers, is they have to walk up into the onslaught. I don't know why that guy was like, kneeling there with his arms spread out. Like, kill me, put me out of my misery. Don't ask me what that was. You don't want to know the answer. Now we've got a little bit more. Look at this. So, well, I mean, it's just a Carly Axeman. Well, the Nabatean General now is coming out, and look at this, Samnite Warriors. So we actually have a legit little sally out going on here. Got 3.5 units of infantry, got some cav coming out. And I'll be honest, Carthage's stuff is pretty exposed. Get the General too. Look at that, the archers from Carthage trying to snipe at the General. And once again, he is going to juke around, try and waste their ammo. How unlucky would it be if, they lost one more guy and it was the General? It's all RNG, the chances of the General dying is all random. Oh, is that the Nabatean heavy shooting over there? Yeah, I think it is. Yep, look at that. This is the last game of Total War that I like the projectile trails on. I think I've said that before. Most other Total Wars that I play, I turn off the projectile trails because I think they're that ugly. Yeah, it's probably detrimental to the gameplay in noticing when things are shooting you, but I don't care. It looks ugly. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I think Syracuse is out to finish Carthage. Syracuse seems like he wants to just finish that and get rid of them. Still have a Cretan over here. I think the Cretan is going for the General, just like they were earlier.
At speed. Quick march. Attack their position. Time. Advance at speed. Back now. Break off. Quick march. Let's charge. Mandata 2.
Cretan's at 106. General for Syracuse. Where is he at? Still pretty healthy. It's a thorax hoplite.
Break off. Dominate. Pull back. By your command. Extempo. Orders understood. To advance.
I'm actually pretty surprised the Massilian General's alive after dealing with the Noble Blood Cav. I guess he did get some support in the end from a Massilian Thorough Spear, so that I guess it doesn't make it does make more sense then.
Quick march! We obey! As you come with the armors!
Nabatea in general now on the move. He's moving towards the stairs.
At speed!
Perhaps just moving up for some abilities. Second wind, battle rhythm. Armored Desert Hoplites doing pretty good. They're holding steady. Bit weak at this point, only 60 men left.
Take one with you!
I think the defenders are just running out of troops. That seems to be the problem.
Make ready! Advance at speed! Engage! At speed! Your command! Advance at speed!
The attackers have a lot left, guys. A lot left.
Pull back!
If Syracuse can finish all this off, that'd be actually huge.
Break the lines! Yes, Commander! Back! Back now! No! Advance! Yes, Commander!
Massilia did put a thorax over here, but probably more as a,
Engage! By your
you know,
command!
as more of a buffer than support.
Back now!
I don't think Massilia had any intention of putting that thorax in unless he felt that it would have helped, you know, that combat be won. I think in reality, he probably more sent it over there just as like a, hey, if they kill you, I have something standing in their way.
Extempo! Advance at speed! As you command!
They've kind of backed off from this assault here.
Back! Back now! Break off! Understood!
Syracuse is on a mission. Massilian Thuraspear went into square formation. Not a bad idea in this situation. It's eventually going to be pretty surrounded here in a moment.
At the double!
Yeah, maybe we're getting some more now. Chosen Swords from Arverni moving up.
By your command!
I guess they do have a unit in combat. It's a thorax sword.
At the double! By your command! Double time! I say...
Yeah, I don't think that the attackers are going to get through here. Not anytime soon, at least. Unless they want to, you know, commit way more to it. This side is also pretty much over. Bounce power seems to be creeping a little bit back to even, but still in favor of the attackers. Now look at this, Nabatea actually dropping off the hill and attacking Arverni. So they are going on the offensive here. Got an Oathsworn from Arverni trying to hold them back, and honestly, he probably will. Oathsworn are much, much better units than Nabatean swords, so.
Forward! We obey! Advance at speed!
Syracuse finishing off the Massilian Thorough Spears. Then I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes back into the city.
At speed!
Here we go with more. Now we got Cartley Axeman coming to help. Wow, that fat bastard on the right. Cruel words. What is it they say about sticks and stones? It's actually oddly appropriate for this time period. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Blah 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 blah. You know. And you know, like slingers and spears and stuff. Good sneak through here by Massilia. He's getting right through the gap. Now, what that's doing is it's causing this unit to waver, but I think he's probably just going to turn there, or he might go square. Syracuse coming back into the settlement. They basically just need to throw something to kind of watch the breach, but then they can start reallocating their forces back to the actual defense. Over here, the Oathsworn now at 131. It's only got 20 men left, so he probably won't get many more. Sorry, I bumped my mic there. Now, if they can beat the Oathsworn, get it off the field, then they can get into the Chosen Swords, which are going to be a bit more beatable. Attackers might just start sending in Gallic Hunters to hold the breach while they push. Bounce power is almost dead even. A huge shift compared to what the battle started at. At this point in the battle, it seems to me like the defenders have really retaken the initiative of the battle. They are controlling the pace of it at this point with their counterattacks here. And then I think this over here was a good move. Syracuse coming out and basically just wiping up a lot of the leftover Carthaginian units and then continuing to kind of threaten. Bit of a grind fest, but some good tactics. Now that looks like a cool shot. Look at that. So Spear's not doing so hot. Only 32 kills on them. Now look at this. They won over this way. So my question is, are they going to go in and finish this off and try assault? If I was them, I would take it a bit slower. They're still a pretty healthy Oathsworn that can do quite a bit of damage to them. All right, Massilian Thorough Spear up here is now gone. That frees up more units. Yeah, Massilia, honestly, just kind of throwing stuff in at this point. I hate to say it, but I don't know that the attackers have enough left to take this one. Got some breaking happening, so Cartley Axeman just broke. Cartley Axeman, holy shit, 525 kills with 3 chevrons. I'm pretty sure that was all those archers they just killed. This one, 153 with 2 chevrons. That's pretty darn good right there. You done good, kid. Now they're going to retake the tower, I guess just for kicks and giggles. Look at this, man. Honestly, a lot of this seems to be Nabatea up front. There's some other bodies, don't get me wrong. You see some green there from Armenia. But look at all that red from Armenia. that maroonish color.
By your command. At speed. Understood. At march. At speed.
I think we're going to get army losses here soon. Sicilian general's dead. The Arverni general, I think, is still alive. Yep, so our Arverni general is still alive and healthy. 142 men left.
Advance at speed.
But I think army loss is about to kick in,
On the double.
especially with the Nabatean general out here killing a bunch of the archers. That's going to count towards it, so
To arms.
look at that, called it.
Double time. For glory. Advance. Engage.
This is a good example. So I'm not saying the attackers threw their archers away, because they didn't. They had them tucked away. But this is a good opportunity to explain why you don't want to just throw your archers into combat when they're out of ammo. Because in the end, those units being alive can be the difference of army losses or not. You saw that once those range units died, army losses kicked in almost immediately, just due to the loss of men. All right, let's start off here with the defenders. Leading the defenders here, J. Barbs at Syracuse, 2,400 kills on the dot. His 2 Thorax Hoplites did pretty good. Thorax Swords, they did okay. But look at the Samurai Wars, 249, 199, 274 on a Balearic, 213 on a Scorpion. Got microwavable skills, 2217 as Armenia. Noble Blood Cav got 2 Chevrons, 200 kills on the Royal Cataphracts, 525 kills on a Carly Axeman. Wow. Pedrosaur finally has Nabatea, 1,841 kills. Really, his job was to stand there and not let them get through him as long as possible. But he did get some Nabatean swords, 249. The Hoplites, they just kind of did okay, but I think he did his job well. Now for the attackers, we have Agent Panda, 1,700 kills on the dot as Carthage. His archers did okay, did solid. Libyan infantry probably could have done a little bit better. Gallic Warriors 201, 168 is pretty darn good. 125 on the Ballista. Tommy as Arverni, 1,675 kills. Wow. 212 on the Ballista, 128 on the Oathsworn, 134. Chosen Swords, they did okay. Don here as Massilia with 1,791 kills. I cannot talk tonight. As Massilia, Archers 108 kills. Look at the Massilian Thorospears, 196, 155. 156 on a Thorax Sword. Well, that is going to be it for tonight's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.